Everyone, my topic is the architectural view of the deployment model. So first let us see what is deployment model. Deployment model in the sense it will be defining the physical system architecture, that means in terms of connected nodes, and these nodes will be like hardware units that software components can be executing. And we also know that physical system architecture will look like before we start developing the system. Before we start developing the system, then it is called as a physical system architecture. Then the nodes and connections can be modeled in deployment model as early as during the requirements workflow. Before requirements workflow only, like during the as early as requirements workflow only, will be modeling the nodes and connections in deployment model. So during design, we will be deciding which classes are active, that means like threads or processes, which thread or which process is active, and then we will be deciding what each active object should do and what will be the life cycle of that active object, and what should be the active objects communicate, synchronize, and what should they share information. And the active objects are allocated to the nodes of the deployment model. In the design stage only, we will be deciding which classes are active and what they'll be performing, like sharing information or communicating or synchronizing, and what will be the life cycle of active objects and what that active object should do. These all will be considering in the design stage. Then all the active objects will be allocated to the nodes of the deployment model. Then we will be allocating the active objects to the nodes. Then we will be considering capability of the nodes as like processing capability and memory size, and then the characteristics of the connections like bandwidth and availability. Here once we allocate active objects to the nodes in the deployment model, then after that we will be allocating the active objects to the nodes. Then after that allocation, we will be considering the capability of the nodes like processing capacity and memory size. Then after that, characteristics of the connections like bandwidth and availability are checked in this deployment stage. Once we after finishing this, the nodes and connections of the deployment model and the allocation of active objects of the nodes can be depicted in deployment diagrams. So after allocating these nodes will be depicted in deployment diagrams. These diagrams may also show how executable components are allocated to the nodes. So these deployment diagrams will show how executable components are allocated to nodes. So let us see the ATM example. Here is the ATM example. Let us see the architectural view of the deployment model of the ATM system. First, the bank customer will be accessing the system through an ATM client node. Then it accesses the ATM application server to perform the transactions, withdrawals. These all comes under ATM application server. First, bank customer will be accessing the system through ATM client node. Then it will be accessing the ATM application server to perform transactions or withdrawals or something like that. Then the application server use in turn ATM data server. Once we will be using ATM application server. Then after that, ATM application server uses the ATM data server to perform specific transactions like accounts or withdrawals like that. Then this is true not only for the withdrawal money use case, then which will be having classified as architectural significant, but in other cases like depositing money and transferring between accounts also. And here we describe which classes will be selecting to realize the withdraw money use case. Here you can see bank customer is using ATM client, and through ATM client and internet, ATM client is approaching with ATM application server, and through intranet ATM application is approaching ATM data server. This is the process of deployment model. These three nodes like ATM client, ATM application server, and ATM data server. When the nodes are defined, it is possible to deploy functionality on them. When the nodes are defined, like if ATM client, ATM application server, and ATM data server is defined, then it is possible to deploy functionality on them. For simplicity, we do this deployment by each subsystem as a whole to unique node. Then the ATM interface subsystem is deployed onto the ATM client node. First we have ATM interface subsystem and then it is deployed onto the ATM client node with the transaction management subsystem. Here you can see in the below diagram, once the ATM client node, here ATM interface subsystem is deployed onto the ATM client node. Then the transaction management subsystem is deployed onto the ATM application server, and the account management subsystem is deployed onto the ATM data server. Then the ATM management subsystem will be deployed onto the ATM data server. This is the consequence. Each active classes within those subsystems is deployed in the corresponding nodes. So this is representing a process running on the node. Each such process maintains, keeps it in process space and objects of the other classes within the subsystem. So here the deployment objects, active objects is shown below. Here you can see ATM client is a subsystem of client manager, and ATM application manager. Here you can see ATM application server. ATM application server and the account management subsystem is deployment into the ATM data server, and transaction manager is deployed in ATM application server and client manager is deployed into the ATM client. This is the architectural view of the deployment model, and here the active classes of the ATM subsystem are distributed across the nodes. And active objects, here you can see the active objects are shown as rectangles with heavy borders. These are the active objects like client manager, transaction manager and account manager. These are shown in rectangles with heavy borders, so these are known as an active objects.